Yeah. Don't forget Tony. And Jay. Thank you once again for joining us for another edition of Issuenight. We are a show that talks about the important, the serious issues of the day, the top headlines without the distraction. And why don't we get on our first set of issues? And I'd like to call these...
Do it.
What do we call these?
AI versus AD. Tony, I'm going to turn this over to you because I have no idea what those letters stand for.
Oh, they're acronyms, yes. Artificial intelligence and artificial disintelligence.
Okay, so they're competing against each other? What do we...
I don't know that.
Yeah, Jay, basically, you have artificial intelligence and artificial disintelligence, or I'd like to call artificial dumbness, because you know how you go artificial intelligence, like it's supposed to be an intelligent answer. You want to get intelligent answers. Well, artificial dumbness allows you to consult a computer program or an app for a dumb answer.
So normally I'd want to run a program to help me figure something out that, makes logical sense and get to a reasonable conclusion. So that's artificial intelligence. So I'm a little confused what artificial disintelligence or artificial dumbness would accomplish.
Well, it's a lot of people are using it. You may know, there's people out there like right now. There's a lot of
who's out? What? Who's out there now?
Different people, various sorts of people.
Do they know what? I mean, do I need to watch out? I mean,
well, you do. Basically, Jay, artificial intelligence. You have people making dumb decisions. For example, there's certain politicians who just are making dumb decisions. You've seen it. You've seen Biden. You've seen a lot of people making dumb decisions. They're actually consulting artificial dumbness.
So this isn't because they're just not thinking straight or anything like that. They're actually typing in.
Oh yeah, no, they're thinking straight, but they're like, I need the dumb answer, not the intelligent answer. And you see this, your friends down the street, your buddy, dumb. That's dumb. Don't do that.
Yeah,
he used the artificial dumbness.
But we need to use the proper term. It's disintelligence. It's not.
No, I think dumbness is better.
Okay, I mean Google may censor us.
It hits more.
It
does.
We may get censored.
Right, that's true.
Like that.
We might.
Okay, kids at home, don't call your sibling dumb. Maybe they're disintelligent. Or better
that's
word.
Kind of a PC, is that right? Personal
sure.
computer?
Personal.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Term. So I'm trying to figure out what the benefit is. I mean, if don't we want to, if there's a problem, run the intelligent, put the question in the intelligent one, and get answers that solve the problem?
I know what you're saying, Tom. Well, just use politicians as an example.
Yeah.
Politicians are getting in office using making dumb decisions. So it's obviously working for people,
Okay. So they use the artificial dumb thing to make the problem worse.
Right, and it's working.
Well, for sure, it definitely makes things worse.
Yeah.
And how's that benefit them?
It just people.
Well, they feel sorry for you. So
no, I don't think so, Jay. I think people are drawn to dumb. People make dumb decisions. I mean, look at our society right now.
That's true. I mean, lots of people voted for Joe Biden, who probably in real life is very smart and intelligent and making great decisions at home. But when he gets to work, he's like, man, I need this AD really bad.
So, people might be looking for a cheap answer too. I think the AD,
it's quicker.
Even though they're both free, I think people are going with AD because it's cheaper.
Right. So I'm building a building.
Yeah,
Tony.
The computing power of artificial intelligence is probably pretty significant.
Right.
Like if you're trying to replace entry-level work, right? Say a fast food restaurant.
Good point.
And you want to give everyone the wrong order.
Yeah.
Right? Because that create it might make the customers angry, but it creates an experience.
It does, and it's also very simple.
Yeah. And it cuts out the labor.
That's what I'm saying. You give them whatever you want. Oh, I just got this left. Give it to them. You're like, I just got this sandwich left. Just give them the sandwich.
That helps the economy overall. I mean, people are they're going to those Airbnbs because they're like, hey, I can get a really AD experience over here if I go to this McDonald's because everything's wrong. I have no idea what I'm going to get. So,
and Tony, building buildings, I was going to say, you basically, okay, I got the architecture, I got the building, I just not going to use that bolt. I'm not going to make it out of metal.
Now, the only concern that I would have personally
Only concern?
would be if you told an AI to pretend to be AD.
That's interesting. A lot of times they're fighting. You know, you have the computer programming programs that do chess. Well, now
Like
they're
in
doing
Tron, when they fought each other.
just like that.
Right.
Just
Exactly
like
that.
Tron, but only a little different.
I think that's how computers work.
Yes.
Right.
But what?
No, go.
No, I just want to say. So really, if you want to make a dumb decision, you download the app, the AD app, and it basically gives you. You say, okay, we kind of like the thing you shook. What's the thing you shook, Jay?
That was like
Oh.
the juice bottle. You just
No,
went
no, it was
up
like
and
round
down.
ball,
You
eight
got
ball.
the dog, the cat.
Tony's got it. The 8-ball thing. And it gives you an answer. This is a little smarter than that. Just a tiny bit because there's actually a computer program involved. But they're still just choosing a random thing, you know? And basically, you have this thing say, oh, should I date this person?
Shake the
What's
ball.
the answer? You go to the app, and
App.
it says what, Jay?
Try again.
I don't
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know what that means. I mean, try again. Sure, that could work. I mean, that's a dumb answer.
Okay.
It's a dumb answer.
Why not just do the 8-ball? Why go to this
Because
app?
it's not high tech, Jay.
Okay, so
We're in
all right, so I
2023,
need
that's
to.
right.
So I need the. Okay, let me understand this. Okay, so if I want to do the AD, which it sounds like it's working out for a lot of people, because life isn't going well, I need to go in that
Sure.
direction. So I need to buy a phone. I need to purchase that app, right?
Download the
Purchase
app,
that, pay
yeah.
the monthly fee, and
think there's
then
there's a
pay
website,
for the
isn't
service
There's
plan.
AD.com.
For it, there's a service plan you got to pay for, and then or I can get the 8-ball. No.
No,
Good.
I mean, you mean when they might send you the 8-ball instead of the app? What are you saying,
Yeah.
Jay?
Keep in mind the 8-ball is limited too.
I-
You only are limited to, what, 16 in the little
16 what?
the
Oh,
little block or whatever is in the.
Answers.
I believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's-
yeah,
They
you
give
can.
you this unlimited possibilities.
Unlimited.
Yeah, I mean, if
Okay.
you really want to mess things up,
right. Yeah, you need a computer program for that.
Yeah,
They're,
I
they're
mean,
talking about using that quantum computing,
Oh,
but they're
Yeah.
making it dumb.
so I'm still trying to
You
figure
can
out.
be dumb
I mean,
on like you can be dumb on multiple levels. You can all the possible dumb decisions
yeah.
that you could possibly think of simultaneously.
I guess I get why the politicians want to use it.
Sure.
You know, they make things worse, and then they say, "Well, elect me again, and I'll fix it." And then they just make things worse again, and then they get elected again.
Right.
So I get it when it comes to the politicians, but what? I mean, who else would actually want to use the artificial dumbness, this intelligence?
Well, I kind of think
Well,
of
laborers,
Entry-level,
farmers,
any entry-level.
car washing places. I think the limit. It's unlimited
it's a
possibilities.
wonderful TikTok challenge. Like, I mean, yeah. So this is you want to be
Electricians.
popular and get hurt.
Hairstylists.
it's a good idea.
Creative media.
I mean, you could
Hollywood.
create yeah. Well, and they've already bought in. I mean, they've already bought in the
Yeah.
Hollywood.
All right,
We've
so
seen some dumb ideas.
Oh yes, really.
why not say instead of like, hey, I'm going to get the AD program, people are going to say, well, why don't I just do the opposite of what's logical?
That wouldn't be dumb, Jay. And
That's
then-
smart.
that's smart, and that's why they
Well,
don't
yeah,
do
that
it.
would take a lot of intelligence.
That would be an intelligent response, and that's not what we want here. We want dumbness, so that's why they wouldn't do that.
Okay. If you just joined us, you're watching Issuenight. We talk about important, serious, and informative issues of the day. Like
like what? Tell me, Jay.
toy recall updates.
Oh.
On the show, again, we are up to date on the latest news, and we now have updates on the latest toy recall. And why don't I got to get to my other side of the computer, and we're going to talk about this toy recall.
Do it.
This is a, what do they call this? A little tyke car?
It's the original the original Little Tikes automobile, I believe, is the official term.
Okay.
Yeah.
So most little kids have had these at one point, and then like 2 years later, it's out by the curb.
Right.
And then maybe some people are like, I don't want to pay the $63,
Right.
so I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to give it to my kid. It's kind of
Usually, the right front wheel implodes, and that's why they're always on the side of the road. I've got 2 of these things in my yard that I garbage pick. My wife garbage pick, and the right front tire is just like
and I've
that
seen
pokes up into
the
it.
free sign,
Yeah.
and what a lot of people do, they put the free sign in front of that tire because they're just thinking they
Oh,
hope someone just
block your
throws it
view.
in throws it in the truck,
Sure.
throws it in the van, and when they get home, it's like, "God,
Yeah.
So, okay, sorry. Pearl, what are we talking about the recall?
The source. This came to me from a source at the NHTSA, and they were saying that they were recalling. We don't have the exact number, but they were estimating thousands, maybe 4,000 of these little Tikes for a number of reasons. They had engine failure, airbag malfunction, software updates not going into place. It's been pretty hectic. We haven't seen an official statement from Little Tikes yet, but we are still.
That's a good point because my kid had this and it never went. He got in the car. He's like, "All right, Dad, here I go. Watch." And I'm like, "Nothing's happening. I don't." I thought this car had an engine.
It might have to do with some of the testing they've been trying to do lately.
The crash test dummies.
Well, they really want to get into the driverless automobile game. These.
Right.
Yeah,
and we see how that works. I mean, you see these things just sitting there on the side of the road. You think
not driving,
not driving, sitting there.
Well, they've tried like when I was a kid, kids would try the driverless and push it down the hill, and then it would go in the street. And
you'd have to catch up to it.
The UPS truck would maybe clip it and that. And kids, stop this, stop these experiments. It's not good. It's not good for UPS. We're getting packages late because you keep pushing little tight cars down in the street. Stop it.
And that's where. I mean, I think the usage of AI and AD is part of this. I mean, we're seeing that to try to write some of the code behind some of these experiments, and we're clearly seeing that maybe they're taking some shortcuts. Maybe with supply chain issues, we're seeing some of the parts be a little faulty.
Now, just clarify with me because like when I look at one of these things, clearly there's electronics in this thing. It doesn't look like it. There's like a computer.
Yeah.
There's like a
I
don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see the engine either.
But I guess
my kid was trying to like plug in his USB thing and trying to like download and we had to drill a hole in it to try to get. And hopefully it hit some electronics. We don't know.
Jay, my kid was trying to add solar panels to the thing so I can drive further.
Okay, you get those free in New York State, by the way.
Yeah,
you can give kids or parents. You can get free solar panels for any car, any vehicle, any whether it's plastic, metal.
Too.
If it doesn't work, it could be plastic, it could be solo cups. You can just get solar panels for free. Sorry, go ahead.
And I just for your drilling comment, I think that's the wireless charging pad. So just be careful next time.
Is there a charging? There's a charging pad for your phone?
So. Right under the eyes there. I think that's where.
I'm a little confused by this. I never seen. This is a later model. The eyes were never part of the original little Tike thing. When did they add the eyes?
I think that was that's part of the 8th generation model. It was a new edition.
They normally have eyes, but when you give it to your kid, he automatically feels patronized by that.
He closes them.
No, well, he rips them off. Like my kid ripped them off. He actually took a Sawzall and and actually gave it to him.
But I thought that was part of the you got the backup system. There's eyes in the back too, and then there's eyes in the front. They have camera systems so you can record as you're going.
Will there be eyes in the back too?
There are.
Because New York State regulation, I believe, says all.
Yeah, you've got to have the
cars
backup
after 2000. What was it? 2016 have to be
one of those years.
One of those years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: these cars all have computer systems, onboard systems. They have backup cameras and that. And, they're like, hey, we're solving all these problems for you. But the dumb bright tire still punches up through there and still doesn't work. They still haven't solved that problem. And again, these cars, we're finding them on the side of the road. People are like, hey, it's free and everything. And again, people are getting suckered and we're just adding to our landfills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is basic engineering, I think. And it's important that we address this, right? We can't take shortcuts with AD anymore.
Or AI.
If you just joined us, you're watching Issue Night, and we talk about important, serious, even recall issues of the day.
Where do we add Issue Night?
Our next set of issues we like to call bubble hockey regulations. Tony, you're a little more up to date on this. So what's going on in California?
Yeah, so this is kind of a combination, a 2-for-1 issue, if you will. We've got a bubble hockey update, and then we've got California legislation issue combined in one. So the state of California is looking to ban or forbid or otherwise make you remove the boo button from the bubble hockey game. So I know they make bubble hockey games
Jay,
here.
not everybody might know what bubble hockey is. I know. Not everyone might know. You might find a photo.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Tony. What were you saying?
Yeah. No, I mean they're looking to ban the boo button, and I'm a little worried because they make these things locally and in
Where's
our
the
state.
boo
Okay,
button there?
so this is
red
a
one.
bubble hockey game.
Oh.
I mean, if you haven't seen it, I feel sorry
It's
for you. but-
spectacular. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I mean these are great, and these are one of the few games. Boy, you kids, I've seen
Oh
kids
my
just
gosh.
pound on them. They don't even put quarters on them, and they still go.
So much
But
fun.
I mean, I think they used to protect the president. They used the glass from the bubble hockey game. I've
yeah.
tried to get into there, and you cannot get in that
well,
game.
and the Pope has
Impervious.
that
Pope-mobile?
parabolic
Right.
glass over
does.
him, and when he travels. So
But you cannot break into that. I cannot stress how hard that substance is.
no, we tried. Yeah, BB guns.
The
all
plastic
that. Yeah,
version,
you
yeah.
can't. So the on the picture there is a red button there. It's red for a reason. It's like use caution.
Red for reason. Red standing for reason.
No, I know it begins with the same. That's not what I mean. Red for a reason. So the red button, it's caution. Red means caution. So you gotta
Use
be
it
cautious.
carefully.
That was
Right.
the California regulation that came in 2018. It had to be red. So you're like, you better darn well be sure before you press this button.
Right.
You know,
Did they have a yellow version?
it was white before, and that was just the go ahead. Hey,
I see.
you know, even if they're playing great, hit the blue button.
Kind of
Yeah.
neutral.
So why do they want to ban the boo button, Tony?
Well, apparently it can hurt people's feelings, especially the bubble hockey guys, but anybody with an air shot of the thing. So
Well, you see it in the NHL. Like
Yeah.
a player misses the shot or the goalie lets it in, and there's boos,
Yeah.
and you see the head come down, and you see maybe the pat on the back. The psychologist comes out. You know, there's a timeout. We need to have positive affirmation. They put things up on the scoreboard, trying to encourage the fans to say a nice cheer, like, "Hey, better luck next time." And it's
I don't know, Jay. I don't see them.
I
I
mean,
mean, they're professionals.
you're not entitled
These
to
bubble hockey
cheers.
guys are. Yeah. What?
You're not entitled to cheers.
No.
I mean, if you
But
don't deserve
why
a cheer,
isn't there a cheer button? Well, they do good things. Oh, they do cheer. Okay, that's a good
true.
point. They
What?
do cheer.
Who?
No, but
Like when
Mike-
you hit the post, automatically
right.
does it.
They score.
But that's it's I don't know how that
Naturally.
happens.
No,
Naturally.
the only
Yeah.
time you hear cheers, you think about it, when that, you put in your quarters and that puck comes up and you have the national anthem, it's at the end of that. That's when you hear the cheers. I
if
normally
you
don't
hit
hear
the
a lot of
post-
cheers.
Yeah,
Jay, if you hit the post,
right,
it'll
he's
cheer.
right.
And if you spin the goalie back and forth really quickly, you can actually force the cheer because it thinks the puck hit it.
right.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so the guy with the long stick, if I keep slapping
No,
the
no, the
post.
goalie. Only the goalie works because it's a sensor when the puck hits. When the puck hits, it sensors. It's but I'm saying you can't force the cheer. What if I, as a player, want to like say cheer? I can't. It's like the world, Jay. The
Yeah.
negativity around the world. Like it's forcing me to be negative in the world. I want to be positive.
Okay, so my point is these guys are, so you're talking about cheers. These guys, they can't even smile when they hear the cheers and let you know that's pleasing them because they're just molded a certain
They want
way.
to smile, Jay. They want to. They
Yeah.
really do. Inside, they can't.
So they need affirmation. They don't need boos. They don't need
I
jeers.
don't know. I just think we should be honest. If it's a good play, then the cheers happen. If it's not a good play, I mean, they already limited it to 3 boos. I think
They did.
They
did.
That was a limited factor, built in.
Yeah.
That was, I guess, the agreement between the Bubble Hockey Manufacturers Association and
Players
the leagues
Union.
and the
Yeah,
Players
yeah.
Union. Everybody got along. They all agreed to it.
Right.
So why does California have to ban it completely if we're okay with
probably
with
cancer
3?
causing chemicals? Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, it may release that. It also
Just by pressing the button.
Like these
you know?
players just need affirmation. Like they just stand there, they're sore, They don't and then kids come along. They don't put the quarters in, so they're spinning them and whacking them into one another.
Right, that's against their union contract. They should not be playing. They should not be playing if the quarters aren't
if
there.
the quarters aren't in. Kids, again, you talk to mom and dad, get some extra jobs, get some work out around the house, but bring quarters when you come to these games. Don't sit there and whack them around and pull on them and smack them and especially pretend they're kissing. Please stop. Just stop.
Who's pretending? What are you talking about?
I've seen it.
Okay,
all
right.
All right. Well, we're out of time, so thank you once again for joining us for another edition. Oh, I gotta get the
You
PowerPoint
gotta get it, Jay.
up,
The PowerPoint
for the
it's not gonna
current
work.
slide.
Oh my gosh! I see a